enjoy the show. Play on Perjangers.
Did you already have some people in the industry that you wanted to work with specifically that you met?
I definitely did, and my co-creator on Drumsticks of Doom is Dan Doherty. He's a musician and artist here out of Chicago-ish, Illinois. So he and I have actually known each other. We met through an anthology that I helped put together called Banthology, which was basically so many of us in the industry realized we were all used to be in bands and now we were comic creators. So I said, well, then let's, make music themed stories by, former or current musicians as well. That's how I met Dan. A friend of ours introduced us to that, and I've just loved his work, and he's become a good friend. And it took me a long time to kind of have the story where I really wanted to work with him, and I was like so fortunate that he has time in his schedule because he is a professional artist as well as a teacher. And yeah, about 5 years ago, I finally approached him and said, Dan, I've been kind of writing this story behind the scenes. Would you be interested in being my co-creator on it? And thankfully he was able to do it because Dan, again, I wanted someone who could have the artistic chops, which Dan has in spades. But I also, it's good to have someone as myself. I'm a recovering musician, I like to say. He's still an active musician. So it's not just that he knows how to draw the gear. He knows what it's like to play on stage. He knows what it's like to have that feeling of, kind of chasing the big crowd coming to your show and that feeling you get. And it's just, I think that that's been very important in kind of developing a story that's, pretty personal in Drumsticks of Doom.
Oh, you're definitely going to be speaking to the comic book nerd that's also a music nerd at the same time, and I don't think there's been enough crossover in that kind of realm of music and, comic books enough, because there was the one infamous game that everybody remembers, Brutal Legend, which was Jack Black, and it brought rock music especially right into the fold of video games. And now this is, helping rock music. Just how do you make a rock and roll comic?
Well, it's difficult, right? Because it's a soundless medium. And I realized, again, part of it is, not just being a musician since I was, about 14 years old, just being in bands and that being part of your life. You're the kind of person who, sits in the car and waits until the song ends that you were listening to before you go in the house. Those kind of people are the people that I connect with, that I wanted to speak to. And like you, I didn't see it as much in the industry. There was good examples like Scott Pilgrim, contained an awesome musical,